Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MediaPad T5, and today I will show you a couple tweaks and tricks that I can do on this device. So we're going to begin with the one that is going to help the device a little bit more. So it's basically a scheduled power on and off, and it can be found under Smart Assistance. So let's go here, and you will see smart or scheduled power on and off, and you can then enable it and choose the time it will power off. And then you can choose the repeat time and the time it will power back on. Now make sure you set both of them, otherwise your device might just shut off and it won't turn back on itself. So you can set it up. I would just do it once a week, for instance. So custom, and then select, for instance, Saturday, and repeat custom Saturday as well. And for instance, time it shuts off. Let's take some time that we're basically not going to be using it, and then for instance 30 to power back on, whatever. So this will basically help the device clear cache and other temporary files from the device, improving the performance of the device and also the battery life. If you want, you could go a little bit further with it and make it so it turns off every single day, for instance at night, and turns back on in the morning, and then it will preserve even more battery. But the way I have set it up, it's more for basically clearing temp files and improving the battery life just slightly bit. Okay, so now moving on, we're gonna go into hiding passwords. So if you don't like people peeking over your shoulder when you're typing your password, because normally when you type it in, you have basically the first letter that you type in always visible. So you can change that by going into the settings and then go into smart and security again, or smart security and privacy. And from here it should be somewhere, I guess, in the more. There it is, show password. So if you disable this, if I were to, for instance, choose add account, I'm connected to network. So as an example, I'm gonna show how it looks like now. And you can see that it's immediately a dot without like displaying any kind of letter in front of it for like a second or so. So it basically hides the password, at least from what you're typing in here. You can still see where you're putting your finger on, but it's still a little bit more secure than it was previously. So moving on, we're gonna go into the screen pinning. There is another thing. For instance, if you want to show someone something on your device, but you don't want them wandering around through every kind of app, you can always just hand them the device while a window that you want them to see is pinned, and they won't be able to go anywhere apart from that window. And to enable it, just open up an app that you want them to see. So it might be something in the browser, for instance, and all you need to do is then tap on recent, and you will see this pin icon right here. Once you tap on it, it will give you a little message how to disable it. Just tap OK. And now if I try to get ads, awesome. So if I would try to leave, go back, see recent, as you can see, nothing is really working. And if I want to leave it, I would actually have to hold the back button. It will take me to the lock screen, where I will need to basically unlock the device with the pattern. Yeah, so something. And if I go back into the settings, it's gonna be in smart or secure and privacy, and tap on more. Okay, and there it is, screen pinning. And I believe by default, I think it's disabled, so you just wanna flip it on and then you can pin windows. Otherwise, if you go into recent, you won't see the icon right here. Okay, so moving onward, we have the home screen style. And by default, if I go home, you'll see that all the apps are smacked in the middle of the home screen all over. And you can't really like hide them in a way, so there will always be a kind of an Apple style display. But if you go into the settings and under display, I believe, you should find home screen style right here. And standard is the one basically resembling Apple devices. And the drawer is more of an Android feel with the actual drawer. So give it a moment, it needs to basically refresh itself. And as you can see now, you have the up button here. And if you tap on it, it will show you all the apps that you have installed. And you could now just basically take all of them and remove them. And when you select remove, they're not getting deleted or anything. They're just being hidden from the home screen, but they still stay here. Now, if you want to uninstall something, you would have to basically go from here. And as you can see now, if I hold it, at the top I have uninstall button instead of remove. And then you get also a confirmation, as you can see. So that's another thing. Now, the last thing I want to show is the app lock. And what it will basically do is you can lock an app from being viewed unless you know the pattern or password that you have set for it. So if I, for instance, want to open gallery, just skip this. At this moment, you can see that it's being opened up just fine. But if I go into the settings and enable app lock and security and privacy, let's see, it's right here, app lock. I'll have to enter a password, so I think it's just a setup. Yeah, and password security question, I'm just gonna skip this, it doesn't really matter. And from here you will get the entire list of all the apps. So as an example, we're gonna go into the gallery app, so let's find it from here, which is right here. Just flip it on, and as you can see, it's locked now. And if I go out, try to open it, I will always have to provide the code before I can actually access the app itself. And you can add any kind of app, it doesn't matter what it is. So it's just an added security if you don't want people running around your device and checking out what you have there. So that would be all tweaks and tricks that I want to share. And if you found any of them helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.